Okay, so I want to address something. I want everybody's comments, opinions. What do you think, right? So I'm a dad, right? I have two sons. They're 6 and 7 years old, right? My 7-year-old has a birthday party next weekend, right? He goes to O. Henry Elementary School in Garland, Texas. So he went to go pass out his invitations today, right? And the teacher stopped him and refuses to allow him to pass out his invitations because he does not have an invitation for one child who happens to be his bully, right? This kid and the family, to make a long story short, are absolutely insane. They're crazy. They jumped out the window a few months back, right? The mother instructed her son to stop being friends with my 7-year-old son, right? They told him he could be friends with my younger son, but not the older one, right? So he went to go pass out the invitations. The teacher is refusing to allow it, right? They have a policy that every student has to receive an invitation in the class. This is ridiculous. Why on God's green earth would I ever allow some kid who continues to be disrespectful and bully my kid in school to attend his birthday party? Somebody explain this to me, right? Make a long story short, there was an issue a few months back, right? To where my son, or both my boys were over at this kid's house. They were playing hangman with the grandma, right? The little game where you guess the letters and whatever, hangman, right? The kid is a larger child, right? He wanted to, because they were playing football together, he wanted to continue to try and tackle my son Jace at the house, right? Jace had told him no. The kid did not follow instructions and continued to try to tackle him. Jace got mad, drew a smiley face, right, on the whiteboard that they had been using and put X's as eyes and put the child's name on. In any video game or any emotional chart for children, the X's for eyes means upset or mad, right? Not death. So the mom screamed in his face when she saw this and told him he was never allowed to go to her house again. She went as far as telling the school, because they were my son and this child used to share lockers. They were best friends. The mother called the school, told him to move the locker, and instructed her son to never speak to my son again. This is what this child does to this day. How you gonna tell two 7-year-old kids that they can't be friends? That doesn't even make sense, right? But this is what this lady did. Now, when asked why he drew the X's for eyes, he said he wanted the child to feel the same way he did because he was upset and hurt, right? That's exactly what he said, literally. We had a big home meeting with the principal. Like, this lady screamed in my son's face, escorted him off of her property, and told her mother, the grandma, to bring him home, and told him he was never allowed to speak to the other child again or go to their house. They then called the school and tried to make him out to be an axe murderer. Yeah. The entire school, everybody involved, agreed that the mom jumped out the window with no rope. Everybody did. They tried to say he needed to go to the hospital and be on medications and all this shit, right? Total bogus bullshit. But now today, the teacher and principal are saying he is not allowed to hand out his birthday invitation to the rest of his actual friends because he doesn't have one for the bully. How ridiculous is this? Tell me. Somebody enlighten me. Tell me how that this can fly, right? They said that I could either go to the school at 3 o'clock and stand outside and hand out invitations to kids while the parents pick them up, or, which actually doesn't allow the kids that ride the bus to get invitations. I don't know here. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I looking at this wrong? Tell me.